Today in lesson 4.1, as on page 153, as we learn about ratios and rates, we're going to start by modeling ratios. So, our essential question is, how can you model ratios? The drawing shows 5 blue squares and 1 red square. You can compare the numbers of blue squares to the number of red squares by using a ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. The ratio that compares blue squares to red squares is 5 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1. The ratio 5 to 1 can be written as 5:1. Okay, so we need some little counter pieces, 2 color counters. Julie makes 3 bracelets for every 1 bracelet Beth makes. Use ratios to compare the number of bracelets Julie makes to the number Beth makes. Use red and yellow counters to model the ratio that compares the number of bracelets Julie makes to the number of bracelets Beth makes. So, Julie makes 3 bracelets, 3 reds, for every 1 bracelet that Beth makes. So our ratio is 3 to 1. Model the ratio that shows the number of bracelets Julie makes when Beth makes 2 bracelets. All right, so when Julie makes 3, Beth makes 1, right? So when Beth makes a second bracelet, how many more has Julie made? Another 3. So these are Julie's, this is Beth. By the time Beth gets 1 more done, Julie's made another 3. Julie's a lot faster than Beth. She's been doing this longer, obviously. All right, so now we need to write a ratio and explain how you model it. Okay, well, our new ratio is how many reds to yellows? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds to 2 yellows. So we're going to say 6 to 2 is our new ratio. And explain how you modeled it. So we would say I added another group with 3 red counters and 1 yellow counter. All right, how could you change the model from part B, or further down below? How could you change the model from part B to show the number of bracelets Julie makes when Beth makes 3 bracelets? Write the ratio. So every time Julie gets Beth gets 1 more bracelet done, Julie's going to get another 3 every single time. So we're gonna add another group. Let's see, group of 3, 2, 1, right? Which makes, we'll say counters up here. Let's be more specific. Another group of 3 to 1 counters, which makes a ratio 9 to 3. For each ratio, divide the number of bracelets Julie makes by the number of bracelets Beth makes. Describe a pattern you notice in the quotients. So if we divided the number Julie makes by the number that Beth makes, we're going to keep coming back to that 3 to 1 original ratio. Okay. On the next page, explain how you used counters to compare the number of bracelets Julie makes to the number of bracelets Beth makes. So we used red counters. So I used red counters to represent Julie's bracelets and yellow for Beth, we'll say. For every 3 reds, I showed 1 yellow. Okay, so describe a rule that you can use to find the number of bracelets Julie makes when you know the number of bracelets Beth makes. So I'm going to multiply the number Beth, she's the slow one, the number Beth makes by 3. So think back on our ratios. We had 3 to 1. If I multiply this by 3, this 1 by 3, I'm gonna get 3. The second ratio we came up with was 6 to 2. If I multiply that 6 by 3, that 2 by 3, I get 6. I'm sorry, my brain got ahead of my mouth. Our last ratio was 9 to 3. If I multiply this 3 by 3, I end up with 9. That's what we're saying here. We're going to multiply the number of Beth, this is Beth over here, by 3, and that's always going to give us Julie's number of bracelets. Okay. How can you use counters to find how many bracelets Beth makes if you know the number Julie makes? Okay, so there we're going to do the opposite, right? We're going to divide by 3. So whatever number we have over here for Julie's, we're going to divide that by 3, and that will give us Beth. So we divide the number Julie makes by 3, and that will give us the number Beth makes. Okay, so for example, right here we've got a 9. So our example is 9 divided by 3 gave us that 3. So the ratio 9 to 3 this is Julie, this is Beth. All right, so let's move along. Okay, so now we have using a table to make these connections and these comparisons. All right, a bakery uses 1 packing box for every 4 muffins. So they've got a box and they put 4 muffins in it. I like to draw what's happening because that helps my brain figure out what's going on. Okay, draw a model and make a table to show the ratio of boxes to muffins. Well, if I was going to draw a model, I probably wouldn't put the muffins in the box. I'd probably go box, muffin, 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 muffin. Okay, think there is 1 box for every 4 muffins, so the ratio is 1 to 4. All right. Complete the table to show the ratio of boxes to muffins. So they started us out, here's the number of boxes, 1 to 4. That's what we've already discovered over here, 1 to 4. Each time the number of boxes increases by one more box. Now we've got 2 boxes. How many muffins are there? Okay, so let's draw a second box. How many muffins are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we've got 8 muffins. So it increases by 4 every single time. 1 box, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second box, 4 more, which gave us 8. So if we have 3 boxes, what are we going to have? We're going to have 12 because 4 more muffins got put in that third box. What is the ratio of boxes to muffins when there are 2 boxes? 8 muffins. Oh, we should say 2 to 8, I should say. The ratio they asked for, not the number of muffins. The ratio. So 2 to 8. And then finally we have, write another ratio shown in the table. Well, let's just finish the table. So we just do count bys 4s, right? We're doing count by 1 up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down here we're doing count bys by 4. 4, 8, 12, 16. And explain what the ratio represents. Well, let's do our last one. Let's say 4 to 16. And explain what the ratio represents. When there are 4 boxes, they will contain a total of 16 muffins. Okay, on the next page, let's just take a minute and do these real quick. So, write the ratio of yellow to red. So we're starting with yellow, then we do red. So the first number in the ratio should be yellow, second one is red. So here we have 1 to 2. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3. Now down here they want us to draw it. So I'm going to go yellow, 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 red, red, and so on. Go ahead and give this a try. All right, here we have our notes. We're modeling 4 to 1. I did rectangles and circles. And use a table to calculate the expanded model of the ratio. So we started with, this is the boxes to muffins. Again, we're multiplying by 4, or we're doing count bys. Remember, we're doing count bys. Up here we're doing 1s, down here we're doing 4s in our count bys. So, and this is the algorithm for doing it without a table. Okay, well done.